Jackie Cation, Laurie Kilmartin.
You guys, we do stand-up comedy, and this is a stand-up comedy podcast. My name is Jackie Cation.
I'm Laurie Kilmartin. A lot of people don't listen because they offer themselves as guests and they have nothing to do with stand-up comedy.
Right.
Although, would I like to talk to Michael Flynn? Sure. I mean, but I'm not sure this is the best place.
Can we bust his chops about his notebook work? Who's Michael Flynn? I wish I knew who Michael Flynn was.
Mike Flynn, the former national security advisor to Trump, who's like a total agent of Putin's. I don't know if you check our email, but we get offers for people that have nothing to do with our world whatsoever.
I do not check.
Cast a wide net.
That is on you, and I appreciate your work in checking that email. And when you get an email from Neville Chamberlain, I also don't want to fucking talk to him either. So
I want to talk to any dead former prime minister of the UK. So sorry, Jackie, that will be for Patreon only or MaxFun only.
Right. It might be a very specific extra episode for someone who's willing to go back in time.
Somebody just finished listening to her Winston Churchill memoir.
No, I actually I've been getting some guff because I posted an Onion thing on Instagram. And so I have a lot of new fans, right? I have a lot of new fans because I'm grinding it out because of Reels, right? Reels and TikTok.
You are. In fact, Bonnie McFarlane was like, Jackie is just pounding out those clips. And I'm like, I know. And it's working. It is working. We're both in awe of your work ethic and your grind effort and your send efforts.
And I will tell you this is that I had to block 6 people. It's a real, I posted an Onion. It was just an Onion joke, right? It was a picture of Donald Trump and it said, Trump executed. And so I've gotten it made me laugh. And so I was like, I'm gonna repost it. It's funny. And so a lot of people are like, this is cruel. And I was like, hey, Neville Chamberlain, I've decided to coin the phrase bye Neville, like Felicia. So I'm doing bye Neville and then just blocking them because they don't need to be they can come and see stand-up comedy if they want to, but I don't need them to.
And I would take that anger from an actual Trump supporter. That I would understand. But somebody who knows what a piece of shit he is and still doesn't want an execution joke, who are you? Get out. We don't want you.
Right. You're not bright enough to get my weird white flight joke anyway. So I'm busy writing jokes about NASA and going to Mars. And
with your white flight joke, you
I
bring
am
it up
slightly
every
obsessed.
podcast.
I
can't
really
stop
do.
Working on it.
I know Maria fixed it, so it's got all kinds of potential now, which I'm very pleased with. So, by the way, speaking of people coming out, I did 3 shows in the last 2 nights, and 8 people came from Instagram.
Wow.
To different shows. Like,
so just LA stuff?
Just LA.
So you
just
posted
LA shows
on Instagram that you're going to be at the XY shows in LA, and that worked.
Yeah. I made a little poster with a lot of raindrops on it and then all of my LA shows. And so like 4 people came to the Bark show, which
that would be the entire audience, right?
There was 40 people at that Bark show.
I
was like, oh, are they all here I was like, are you here to see Maria? Because sadly her father passed away and she will not be here. And they were like, no, we're here to see you. I was like, what?
Awesome.
And they said, I've been watching your reels, they're really great. And I'm like, okay, all right, I feel vindicated.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
And so good news.
Right. And what do you use to make your just posters? Because I don't like Canva. There's too many options, and then I just get lost in it.
It's what Spark turned into, Adobe Express. So
Adobe
I am
Express?
lucky.
Okay.
I am lucky because Andy has the Adobe suite, and you can have 2 users, and I'm one of those.
Would
users.
I be the other user?
No, Andy would be the other user.
Oh,
if there were 3
right.
users, I would give you our Netflix password, and you could use Adobe Suite all you wanted.
I'll check it out, Jackie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I would say ask Carmen Morales because she's still making great posters too.
I think she likes
And she doesn't
Canva.
have it. Oh, she figured out Canva.
I don't
I
listen.
haven't
There's a
tried
limit
Canva.
to what I can figure out. Okay. And at least I know Adobe because I used to early on. I had Photoshop when it was like $800 back in the day. It was like the biggest purchase I'd ever made besides my car.
Yep.
And so I'm familiar with Adobe.
Right. I am working on 9 things, and I was just reminded of a story. Which here's the short version. 10 years ago, my dad got carjacked, right?
Wow.
In Milwaukee.
Scary.
And yeah, he was 75, and a
Jesus.
guy at a stoplight in Milwaukee pulled him out of the car, threw him to the ground. And my dad stood up and punched him 4 times. And then that guy
No.
drove away with my father's $900 1992 Lincoln Town Car. And
Oh my God.
and my dad and my brother Russ said, I saw him a couple hours later and I was like, why do you care? Was your purse in the car? What happened? Anyway, so Russ didn't say that.
Insulted.
But
It insulted his Armenian manhood. I get
right.
it. I listen.
Right.
You know how close I am to Glendale. I understand your people more than you think I do, Jackie.
Well, and my dad, I guess, was saying, 10 years ago, when he would have been 65, he said 2 punches, I would have had my car back. But now 4 punches and that guy gets my car. And Russ is like,
What are you gonna do?
I'll buy you another $900 Lincoln Town Car, Dad. And so it came to pass.
You know what? I think the goal of every adult child is to have a $900 Lincoln Town Car money for their parents. You know, you can't buy them
Right?
a house. You can't always
No.
buy them a Cadillac like Elvis did with Gladys.
Right. You
But
can't
sometimes
always
you can
buy
just
them
replace the shit car.
Right. The 2023 isn't going to be, you're not going to be getting them a Lincoln Town Car from 23, but you will be able to get him a 92 or an 89. And that was 10 years ago. So
wow. Well,
yeah.
Does he still have the car?
No, he's on like his third $900. He keeps hitting things and he's like, I'm not hitting things. Other people are hitting things. I was like, I don't actually believe you anymore, Pop.
That's a little,
but I will say that he was really bummed a couple of weeks ago because there was something wrong with his eyesight. And then he went and got it fixed at the VA. My father works the
like
VA
cataracts or something?
It wasn't cataracts, it was something else. I don't know what the hell it was, but it worked, whatever, or he got hope or something because he's back. I was like, proof of life. Speaking of proof of life from your because your special's coming up. But signs of life. That's what I was thinking. Signs of life, because he called me the other day asking what his email address was. And I said, Dad, you have an email address, but if I tell you what it is, then I'm going to have to explain to you from afar, from Jafar, how to check your email. And he's like, what is it? And I was like, fine. And so I told him what it was. And so then he called me back and he was like, what is the A with the circle around it? And I was like, that is an @ symbol. And he was like, where is it on the keyboard? And I'm like, okay, here we go. Lower left, there's a 1, 2, 3 button. Press that button. You should get all the symbols in the world. And he was like, I touched the wrong thing. And I was like, that'll happen. You touched the wrong thing. You're no longer even in your email, probably. And he's like, give me a second. And he was, because I do love how he gets mad at himself, but he also is like, I will fucking figure this out. And it was like that time when we went to the museum and the elevator was out and it was 2 flights of stairs up. And I looked at the stairs and I looked at him and I was like, you want to do this? And he goes, I don't want to talk about it. And then he very slowly walked up 2 flights of stairs and then yelled at the docent for 10 minutes.
I just thought there would be a great money-making TikTok in a middle-aged person such as ourselves, a daughter, just explaining how to do very basic things. And then other middle-aged people who don't want to explain it would just say, oh, here's how you find the @ sign on your keyboard TikTok. And you just send the link and they could click on it.
That's got to be a thing already. But I think that there's plenty of room for more of that. I just finished watching Grace and Frankie.
Yeah, on Netflix.
and Baron Vaughn is a delight in it, and so are those guys are all in their 80s, and they can't be
Jane
doing
Fonda,
14
Lily Tomlin. Yeah.
Martin Sheen and the other
Oh,
guy
Martin
from
Sheen's in it too.
yeah, Martin Sheen, and they're two couples. But they aren't two couples because Martin Sheen, who's the guy from Law and Order who just passed away?
Jerry Orbach.
No, it
Oh
wasn't.
no. Oh, Belzer.
Belzer.
Richard Belzer.
It actually wasn't Belzer, so I am wrong.
Sam Waterston. He's not dead, is he?
Yeah. Is Sam Waterston not dead?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna check
Okay.
that.
But whatever. Sam Waterston and Martin Sheen are a couple. They're a gay
It says
couple.
is not was on Wikipedia.
Okay, so still lives.
Yes.
So this is turning into a Joe Rogan level of expertise. This podcast. Jamie, check that.
Oh,
we're
weird.
just
I've never listened to that show.
True.
Well, but here's the good news. We have a Kyle Clark who is better than anybody that's ever been on Joe Rogan. So
Right.
that's it. He is a flower that we get to be around.
Is a flower.
Pretty flower.
Yeah.
I did even though I missed 2 spots last Friday because of my flight snafu, I did get a $300 credit from JetBlue. And so which can be used on a JetBlue flight, which I'll use again, but they should have to reimburse you cash. It shouldn't be up to them. There should be like a standard rule that the FAA sets up that all airlines have to apply, and you shouldn't have to ask them for it. They should do it automatically. But whatever. That's a working government. That's not what we have.
That's passing some legislation, so you got to call somebody. So
and then I got a total of 30 spots this week. So I picked up a couple extra from New York Comedy Club because they booked the week of. And it's been, last night, my 5th spot last night at the Broadway, I was like, I cannot hear these words come out of my mouth again. And I'm just trying to find some more, ins and outs in a certain couple chunks and stuff. And then there's one chunk that was working really well and then just stopped. And so I've been trying to fix it and figure out what the problem is.
I hate that. And yet, sometimes there's potential in that too.
Yes, well, part of it, if it's not like, it was working a lot in LA and it's very internet-y kind of a bit. So I'm like, this may just be because everyone in LA or LA audiences are on every single app and they kind of know the shorthand, whatever I'm talking about, And then when I would go to like Albany and I would mention Black Twitter, people were like, what? Like they didn't even know what that was. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I assume we all knew all these internet terms,
Yeah.
So
I still want to go to Albany. Sorry, I digress. Go back to your story.
I do too. And but I was thinking, well, all right, so that maybe I just need to, explain more than I wanted to, that's all. That's it. So even out here, it's not as I think a lot of the audience can be touristy on the weekends, and it's basically Albany going out for the weekend. So anyway, so I've been kind of working on that and just working on other little chunklets, and things where the other thing is like when you're doing 15 or 20-minute spots, you start to drop things, because you just want to get to the main points quickly. And then I'm like, I can't be dropping jokes right now because even though like
is it this week?
No,
that you're shooting?
It's
okay.
It's on October 8th. And tickets are free, guys. And I would love it if people that liked me came. It's
not
a
October.
10 p.m. show.
Not October. You just said October 8th?
Okay, April 8th.
Thank you.
It's in April 8th. It's Saturday night. You're not doing anything on Sunday. You're not. You don't go to mass anymore. No one does. Okay. It's a 10 o'clock show. And it'll be really fun and loose and kooky. I already know this because I can't go in. I can't go in on a every joke every 15 seconds pace like you would for a late night set.
Right.
It's gonna be looser like a real club set. And I would love it if people that liked me came out because otherwise we're just gonna fill the seats with fucking Dutch tourists or something. I've never seen stand up before. Unfortunately, I'm not at Chris Rock levels where I can pull a full audience. That's a Kilmartin supporters.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. Nothing. Here's the thing. You don't always want that too. Like you don't want people that know you so well. I don't know why I'm debating. Just come to the show. You know what I mean?
Right. Please come to the show. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And
Jackie, you're
it's a
busy
Saturday.
taking notes. Yes.
Right. It's no, it's amazing that you can tell that from there because I am only pictured from the neck up. So
Because as soon as I start talking, you're like, let me write down a recipe. I mean, it's nonstop. It happens every podcast.
Well, it's because you remind me of mostly tasks because I love your career better than my own sometimes. Not that my career isn't a delight. If I wasn't so happy being me, I'd want to be you. So
see this room behind me? It's blue, and I fucking hate this color. And I just want to remind you to paint your walls because I'm going to tell you that I've hung up little swatches of different kinds of white, like cloud white and etc. to figure out which white would look best in this room. But the idea of painting it is so depressing to me. I can't paint. I don't want to do anything. I just don't want to do anything.
Right. I spent the week not doing my taxes, Laurie. It was pretty exciting. And then I had a panic attack. Yeah, because my corporate taxes were due 2 weeks ago, and our taxes
Get an
are due.
extension.
No, everybody's got an extension, but my tax preparer was like, if everybody gets this extension, then it doesn't help me. So she's like, if you could do something and it would help me, is if you would just get them done, and then I could do them in July, but get them done now, and I could do them at my leisure. And I was like, you're not wrong.
Right.
You're not wrong. She automatically filed an extension for our corporate taxes, which was nice of her, because otherwise we would have had to pay a fine. And they weren't anywhere near being done.
What if and God forbid I tell a tax person how to make more money, but what if she charges more if you wait and file an extension, $100 more or something like that? That would get some people to do it on time.
That would get some people.
She doesn't listen, right?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't need the money. She's fine. What? She's listening. She listens to the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
hi, Patricia.
I've had tons of shows.
Yeah.
That were really fun at the Broadway, because here's the thing, like the Stand is killing it. Okay.
Yeah.
The Stand is constantly sold out. So I have a Tuesday night, I'm at the Stand. I'm like, oh, thank God. There have been kind of intense shows. I'm just going to fucking dress them, basically sweats and pajamas, whatever, and fuck off and fuck around. And I get there, it's sold out on a Tuesday. And I'm following Mark Norman and Dan Soder. I'm like, what?
And Janine Garofalo, right?
And Janine, this is worse than a Saturday. Like, so now I've got to bring it while I'm looking like complete shit. But what I love about the Broadway is like, there's no industry there, so no one's like, you can just goof off.
You can have fun. You can do the thing you love to do with joy and style and panache. Go to the Broadway, you guys. It's a delight.
Yes, I love to do well. I mean, I love a sold out show
everywhere.
Too. Yeah. But when you're expecting a little Tuesday no pressure, and then it turns into a high pressure, it's like, oh, this pressure.
Oh, but Zach Galifianakis showed up at the Bark. That's
nice.
There you go.
Picture that was cool. Yeah. So kudos to the clubs that are selling out on weeknights. I mean, comedy is like the most popular thing. I'm walking around on the streets in New York and I hear people talking about comedians. Now, yes, I was walking around the Village, so it was probably Cellar spill off, but it just feels like everyone is obsessed with stand-up comedy. A lot of audience members, a lot of just people, civilians,
Twice this week on Jeopardy, there were comedy categories. I'm watching Grace and Frankie and Jeopardy, you guys. I'm also caught up on Young and the Restless. There's a sting operation going on Y&R or Bold and the Beautiful. I don't know which one.
How do you catch up on a 70-year-old soap opera, Jackie? There are literally hundreds
I'm living with a
of
70-year-old. I'm living with a 70-year-old. So.
Oh my God.
Do we want to take our first break?
Yes.
All right. Well, then here's the copy in the chat.
Woohoo!
Okay.
Do. You guys, It is, again, just so you know, it's the Max Fun Drive. It's the Maximum Fun membership pays for shows, our shows, other people's shows, and it's directly supported by members. Every month we get a check, a sweet, sweet taste of whatever you're sending to Max Fun. And so that's what pays for it. And so this is the one time a year we put a lot of energy into letting you know how you can support that show as a member. So go over the wait, that's actually a note to me to go over the status of goals and rewards set forth in week 1. You guys.
Jackie's always going over the status of her goals. Oh.
So $5, you get everybody's bonus episodes. $10, if I remember correctly.
I'm going to open up our handy
stickers.
dandy sheet. Hang on.
Yeah. $10, you get these reusable stickers, which I would call magnets. But here's the thing about stickers. They are genuinely reusable stickers. And I have sticker anxiety. When I put a sticker, I've never put a sticker on the back of my car because while I believe I am a huge fan of many things, I think what if some sort of crime happens? And so I don't know.
The cop that pulls you over is anti the sticker that you
Right.
have on your car. Like,
What if
they're anti defund the police? I mean,
right.
They probably are.
Yeah. Oh, almost with a certainty. So the $10 one has our cool sticker, and you can take it off and put it on different laptops. You can put it on different notebooks. You can do whatever you want. So that's the $10 one. Is the $20 one is the great. Is it the culinary kit? Yeah, you both. Laurie and I did not know that we were sending in. I was like, oh my God, she's not sending in a recipe. I guess I'll send one. And she said, oh my God, I don't think she's sending in a recipe. I'll send in one. So there's a recipe from each of us in this Max Fun cookbook.
Right.
And you get the spice.
Yeah, the spice. I can't wait to get home and use it. I've been unable to cook since it came. I had to leave the house. I mean, to come to New York. And my recipe is the legendary oatmeal chocolate chip cookie recipe that our family used. We cut it out of the Contra Costa Times, and it makes 72 cookies. It's completely insane. This woman had Ellen O'Byrne from Moraga, rest in peace. We never knew her. And she must have had 8 children, because what other person would make 72 chocolate chip cookies?
Where is her grave located, Laurie?
I'm going to guess Moraga because that's where she's from.
Okay.
So that's the $20. You also get the $5 stuff, and you get a membership card, but you get all the bonus content as well. For $35, you get the culinary kit or a rocket hat. But the restickable stickers, the membership card, the bonus episodes, and a Maximum Yum apron. Instead of Maximum Fun, it says Maximum Yum, which I thought was funny. $35 a month.
I love it.
Yeah. So the $50 a month, you want to do that?
But wait, there's more.
There is more. There is more. The 35ers, you're part of the leadership squad, but some of you want more. Some of you want to be a silver seagull, and I get it. That is $50 a month.
Guys,
you get a metal Max Fun membership card. It's metal. You will be pulled over every time you go through the TSA, but don't worry about that, guys. Once they see it's Max Fun, they're going to upgrade you to first class.
They'll take you to that Max Fun lounge.
I want the bill of rights to be on the other side, but it won't be.
Nice
It'll
Penn
just
and
say
Teller.
Max Fun. Right, that's a Penn and Teller.
But what if they want
you get your coat.
more?
Well, they get she's gonna tell what you get all for $50.
So you get everything from the leadership squad plus the metal Max Fun membership squad. But you know what? Some of you aren't satisfied with silver. Okay, some of you are gold medal winners. And to you are the Golden Eagles. You are a Golden Eagle if you pledge $100 per month. You get HQ access pass and immortalization at Max Fun HQ. That means they're gonna carve your name into a brick and put it at headquarters.
I want to see the bricks.
Every day, the employee-owned company of Max Fun will bow before you and say your name and chant it in their pre-pod meditation class.
It's a beautiful ceremony.
you'll get all the rest of the stuff that the silvers and the leadership squad got. So you're going to get it all plus immortalization, and that's just $100 a month.
Right. And you get all the year's bonus content. You could get a gift membership for a friend or an anonymous Max Funster who can't afford one. You could just do that. And you could do that at any level, 5, 20, 35, 50, 100. And it's maximumfun.org/join. And swear to God, if you have the money, please do donate. And if you don't have the money, we get it. But it's $5 a month should be doable. And we genuinely appreciate it. Yeah.
I wouldn't even say donate because you're purchasing something.
Oh,
you're
that's
getting
right.
something.
That's right.
We're not a charity. You're getting something. You're getting an extra minimum. You're getting a ton of extra pods, one from us and one each from the other pods, minimum.
Right. I keep saying donate, and I don't even think that
Max Fun is an NPR.
in there. Right.
Yeah.
But NPR, you get content too. So join us as a member. That's what I should be saying.
There we go.
You know what? This company does not have any media layoffs this week. All right. In fact, Max Fun, it's totally employee owned, and they're not firing themselves. So why don't you support one of the few companies that's still intact while we still have companies?
Website, Laurie?
maximumfun.org/join.
That's some good break.
All right. And let's do Comic of the Week. What do you think of that?
Oh, are we at 30 already?
I don't know. Yeah.
26. So yeah.
20. Yeah. So this is a friend of mine who I love dearly, who is also fucking hilarious. Roisin. Here's the thing about Roisin is, and I love to say people's full names. And I think I say it's Conaty.
Conaty.
We're in love. Here's the thing is she's friends with Tiff Stevenson, so that's how I met her. But then I watched her do stand-up comedy, and I was like, hey, let's be friends, and I'll follow you on Instagram. So Roisin Conaty or Conaty, whatever it is, she can fucking call me on WhatsApp and tell me that I'm wrong. But Roisin is spelled Roisin Conatyi. Is that it?
Roisin is like raisin, but with an O instead of an A.
Roisin. And the
She's
thing
Irish.
is, it took me so long to figure out how to say Roisin that I fucked up her last name any number of times. But you should see her because she's super smart,
Jackie,
super funny.
Yes, she's very funny, and you did your best.
And I did my best, and she's a delight. And so go follow her on Instagram. It'll be in the notes.
Yeah, she's not on Twitter either. Oh my God. Comedians are fleeing Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter blows.
Crazy. It's crazy. And
it's so sad that he broke it. Yeah.
Yeah, now he's removing everyone's legacy blue checks.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he is. And so now the only blue checks that will be evident to people are people who paid. So you will look like a loser. And he also has an option where you can hide the fact that you bought the blue check so that you will look like you're not blue checked, which I guess
my blue check is still there.
I know it's
because I'm a
1st.
legacy. April. Oh,
no,
that's perfect day. Perfect day for it.
Well, see, it's also someone's like, maybe he's joking. It's April Fool's. That's exactly the kind of thing Elon Musk would think is funny. To like that, this is his idea of a prank. So I could see that happening as well.
Let's talk about April Fools and how it is the bane of all stand-up comics. So, because it is dumb, April Fools.
It is dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's usually, well, to me, it's the beginning of prank shows, which I also can't stand prank shows.
I can't stand prank shows. Don't like reality shows. Oh, this week's episode
we don't
of
like
The Dork
anything.
Forest. No, I like Joy. There's going to be a Bridgerton spinoff with Queen Charlotte, and I'm watching that. I'm watching the shit out of that.
Cool.
Even though it wasn't written by Julia Quinn, it was written, I think, by Shonda Rhimes.
Shonda Rhimes.
Yeah, and
Shonda White is a comedian, right?
Is a comic. Yeah, it's just a comic that I happen to also enjoy. Has she been a comic of the week? We should look into that because she's a delight.
Yes, Jackie. There's an easy
everyone.
check.
Right, you update the list. You know things. So everybody go to JackieandLaurieShow.com and go to the Comic of the Week list. And then the next time somebody tells you that there aren't any funny women, allow us to give you hundreds and hundreds of funny women comics.
I still get those. Yeah, I still get those kind of comments on YouTube. It's really interesting. Like I put up I clipped together some crowd work. Okay, so in Albany, there's a guy sitting in the front row just shoveling food into his mouth. Like,
oh right, I saw that.
just so first of all, you got the food earlier. Like they don't bring the food out 45 minutes into the show and the headliner. Like this person just kept ordering and eating. Okay. I'm like, why do you go to a comedy show to eat a full meal? You know, when people go to
Especially comedy club food. There's a
Yes.
handful of comedy clubs that have decent food. On the
Yes.
whole, it's
Yeah.
frozen taquitos from Costco.
Exactly. This is not this is not salmon at Comedy and Magic or Flappers, right? This is like it's comedy club food. Won't stop ordering. And every time the server brings him more food, there's a discussion with the server in the front row, and it's loud, and the server's trying to like minimize it, and he's complaining about something, or he wants to know how much it costs.
Is there ketchup? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Chris.
going on the whole show. So I finally called them on it, and people loved it in the audience. The staff loved it because they can't be rude to the customers. Here's the thing: if you're a comic, you're the only one that can be rude to the customers for the servers. If you see that happening to a server, they fucking love it. Okay. And so anyway, put it up, and only on YouTube where people like, well, maybe you should be funnier. Maybe
Only on
you're
YouTube.
never gonna get booked back if you insult the comedy club food. Like who are you? And it's all
I stopped
men.
doing YouTube shorts, by the way. I can't face it. Yeah. So
I seem to they seem to like, they'll play them. I'll get like maybe between 1,000 and 2,000 views, and then it stops. So
yeah,
YouTube seems to spurt it out and then just make it go away.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's how valuable it is either. I'm not really sure. I just when I get a clip ready, I just post it on 4 things, and
you are right to do it. You are right to do it. I tend to.
But you're having more success by just doing TikTok and Instagram, right?
But most of them are 1,000 to 2,000. The ones that blow up are amazing. And I just reposted that mace thing. And then 2 people, I did the mace joke, and both people said, I just saw this on Instagram. And I said, yeah, I'm working on different punchlines to close it out with, because that's the middle part of it. And they're like, it was great hearing it. And I was like, you're weird. Good for you. I'm psyched you like it.
So when you repost it, do you change anything about the video? Like, do you put a new cover on it or anything like that?
I put a new hashtags. Sometimes I just go, hey, I'm working on this. Like, I literally just make up an excuse to repost it, because Virginia Jones told me just repost, because a lot of people haven't seen it. And then when people do, and some of the comments are, oh, I love this when you posted it before. I'm so glad to see it again. And you're like, I don't know what's happening.
So you just download the video, or you have the video and you just create a whole new post. You don't there's no version of retweeting a TikTok post. You just start over again.
Like, I just retweeted the clip that you showed of last week's. I reposted your Instagram reels of this show from last week just now. But that was,
I just saw that. I wonder if people are going to start guessing what the club is.
Who cares?
I know.
But I always think maybe we'll get to, no, I guess we won't. Anyway, it's sad.
Well, you know what? Club ownership changes hands, as it has with them. They bought some old clubs, but I mean, I don't know.
Here's what's happening this week. Maria is doing the the Ice House on Friday. 2 shows, I believe, sold out. She asked me to open for her. I'm already doing Agua Caliente in Palm Springs for a nickel, where I drive 6 hours, when I could open for Maria for slightly more than a nickel for driving 40 minutes. And so I asked to get out of it. Little did I know that we had canceled, my agent. We had to reschedule it, and it was our fault. So I was like, oh, so we can't reschedule again. That is not done. Even though there's more money. Like, if it had been a movie or a TV show, they would have understood, but just a different show that pays better. I think I should be able to do it anyway, but I get that is not to be done. So Carmen Morales and I are going to drive to Palm Springs and do an Indian casino outside of Palm Springs called Agua Caliente.
I want to do Agua Caliente. How come I'm not doing it?
I want you to do it this weekend. But you, I believe, are somewhere else. I think you're
This coming weekend, I'm in San Diego. I'm at a
right.
Don't Tell
Yeah, you're
or
doing a
secret
don't
show
tell.
location.
Mhm.
So I will let you know when I know. Right now, I don't know where it is, but it's in San Diego, and those guys fill the room
Yeah,
pretty
they
quick.
do.
So I don't know what the deal is, but I'm excited to work an hour a couple nights
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish you could do my agua caliente, but you can't, because I looked at your schedule going, what if I could just provide her instead? Let's just a little lateral move, and can't do. But I'm also doing hot tub this week on Wednesday here in Los Angeles.
Cool.
And then Kyle and I are gonna shoot a tiny special,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be we're gonna
Cool.
shoot a fun thing. And
A tiny comedy special.
yeah,
You?
yeah, just 10
Where?
minutes.
We're figuring that
That's
out.
the secret. That's
Yeah,
the secret of
We're
it.
doing our own don't tell. And
Yeah.
the crew is
Yeah.
all female comedians, I believe, who have all been comic of the week too. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yay.
And I just have to figure out what material to use, and I don't know.
Just to clip stuff out.
Yeah, well, yeah, to clip stuff out, and it's gonna be, I think, when clipped out, be less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So and because TikTok is doing 10-minute TikTok is doing 10-minute things now. So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna aim for like a TikTok length special.
Why
So-
Change in
not?
history.
I mean, Troy Bond, he works out at the Broadway and stuff, and he's just been like a regular comic for a long time, and he does great impressions. He started putting some
Right, you
stuff
talked
up.
about he's
I
the guy
did.
who's like
He's killing
6'6",
it.
right? Yeah.
He's like 6'4" or something. But I was just talking to his opener, and he's like filling a lot of rooms on their off nights, and it's like, but good. Why?
Yeah, he's a real comic. He's grinding it out. Yeah.
Yes, and why these clubs have created a situation where features are like forced to do this. You can't afford to work as a regular comedian going through the old system, of
Mhm.
300-400 a week on the road. It's unaffordable. So it's great that there's an option for. I mean, there's no other way for comics to get stage time, I guess, unless you create a following yourself. It's a fuck of a lot of work, though.
It is a lot of work. Yeah.
Gosh.
It doesn't like this woman last night at the show that I did the nightcap. Remember the nightcap? It's in Burbank in an alley.
We just did the Belinda Carroll show there. Right?
No.
Oh, that's the good night.
That's the good night. The nightcap. During lockdown, they had what had to be an illegal show, and I just showed, and I wanted it. It was the first show I did, and it was outdoors. It was cold. It was it was probably March or February, and I showed up, and there were too many people. I freaked the fuck out, and it was during lockdown, and most people weren't even masked. It was before the
Before vaccines. Yeah.
And so I was masked, and I was just sort of hanging. And the guy, Aaron, who runs it, is now it's nice. Now the patio, which is where the show had been, is just where the bar is. And then the room itself is, and it pays a couple of bucks. And I did 2 sets last night, and it was nice. And you could do 15s. So
nice.
Mhm.
I am.
Oh, but a woman came up
always-
to me. Wait a minute. Yeah. A
Okay.
woman came up to me about Instagram, and I forget. My God, Space Case. I just forgot what you were talking about before because I got sucked into the nightcap story. Kyle, you got anything?
I too
We
got
can't
lost in that
rewind.
nightcap
Well,
story.
what I was going to tell you, and
Yeah,
you can,
please. There we go.
is
It'll
that
come.
I am the only one wearing a mask
Oh yeah.
at every single club I go to, and part of me, I do feel very
Little
I feel like
self-conscious.
Howie Mandel, like like insane looking. And everyone's nice to me. No one says anything. I think people can't understand me sometimes when I'm talking. I have to repeat myself.
Mhm.
But it is exhausting. I did find a lip gloss that is a matte that I can wear and put my mask on over it, and it
Put
doesn't get
that
on
in the chat. I would
Yes,
love
please.
that.
Okay, I actually got it from Walgreens down. There's a Walgreens in my building,
Or
and
text me
so
with it, because whenever
okay,
I wear a mask, it screws up the mask, because I
yes,
do rewear N95s,
yes. Oh, me
and
too.
yeah. Um,
Okay, it's hold on. It's Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color.
okay.
Hold it. My, I'm holding it
Ultra
right here. Okay,
HD.
so it's a matte, so it's not, glossy. It's not getting all over the place, and
But it
it
looks
is
good. I think
holding.
you're wearing it right now. Are you
I
wearing
am
it right
wearing it
now?
right now.
Looks good.
Yes,
Looks good.
thank you. And so it's not getting on my mask. Now my foundation does get a little bit on my mask, and so by the end of the night, I kind of look, a little rough
Mm.
because I'm taking it on and off and on and off.
Right. Right.
Do we
Fucking,
it's 40. Let's take another break. And
okay.
then boop, there's
And
the
then back to
content.
lip gloss. Then back to lip gloss talk, you guys. Who knows?
Um,
How long
yeah.
is this?
So it's not shiny. It's good for New York, especially because I'm taking it on and off, going in the subway, out of the subway. Between gigs, between spots, I'm outside, and then you're indoors and all this stuff, and you take it off. The other thing is I can't when I'm, at least like when I'm headlining at a club, there's like a little green room, right? And you have a few minutes. But like when you're
Right.
doing spots, it's just frenetic. There's not necessarily a mirror any place near you.
Yep.
So I can't like look at my face right before I go up and make sure the
Right. It's hard.
lipstick, the
It's
gloss
hard to
doesn't
do
move all over the
maintenance.
place.
Yep.
Yeah. So ugh, I got to figure out maybe I should just carry a little compact in my pocket, which again, more things I got to bring on stage. I have
Yep.
should bring a little suitcase on stage, and just to check my face, like while I'm waiting in the doorway, while the MC is
Yeah.
bringing me up, a little quick check: is there lipstick on my teeth or anything like that? It has stuff moved under my mask because I touched my face and I didn't realize I was pushing shit all, makeup around and stuff like that.
I have this to say. Shot from the heart, and who's to blame? We got another Max Fun thing to talk about. So
Yeah.
let me just tell you this: is
What a
Sully?
segue.
Sully baseball, that guy?
Yes, Paul Sullivan.
Paul Sullivan. He loves this show, and
Yes.
he is a supporter. And so is Pete Melee. And I don't know if it's Melee, but I love calling him Melee because I love that he might be a melee fighter as opposed to a range fighter. But these are, it was weird when we did the Max Fun bonus thing. You were surprised at how many men there were that will listen to this show.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that there are awakened men folk who love women comics and can appreciate the stand-up, and they can appreciate the opinions and can hear it, and that's the really cool thing about our fans, like, because we expect other women to go, yeah, but they also live it. So it's interesting that there's a lot of men that also listen to the show, so it's neat.
Yes,
The bonus.
I thank you, men, and thank you, women, and thank you, everyone in between. The two tent poles, and then every spectrum in between. We thank everybody for their interest.
And that's the never not nudes, you guys. Never nudes, never nudes,
never not nudes would be someone who is nude.
Oh my God.
Just made myself laugh, you guys. Give us $5 a month.
David Cross. Oh,
yes,
so funny.
It's the Arrested Development. So give us $5 a month is what I'm saying. $5 a month, you get the extra show where a lot of men showed up, and everybody else's show, because that's the bonus content for our show. You get the sticker at $10. The sticker is a cool sticker, quite honestly, where it says something like we aim for the stars, but we get booked on the moon. That was one of the lines from a previous episode.
I'm
the
using $20 it as the episode image for these 2 weeks so that they can see the goods.
Oh, that's
nice.
neat.
So smart.
The $20 gift is the shakeable, put it on popcorn, I put it on chicken, and it's a nice blend.
I'm so gonna do that this week.
Yeah.
It's a spice blend and a cookbook with all the different Max Fun podcasters giving different things. $35, you get the Maximum Yum apron, plus all the other stuff, the sticker and the card and then at $100, there's the $35 you get the apron, the $50 I think you get that metal card, that's $50 a month. $100 you get the HQ access pass, and then I believe your name is engraved inside of Jesse Thorne's eyelids.
Yes.
And so he's always knows that you were super supportive. So will you please join us as a member? MaximumFun.org/join. That's the website, MaximumFun.org/join.
Thank you. I we had an interesting chat because I have noticed that in our chat, our female comics chat, that
Yeah.
there's a lot of young men going to comedy shows, like a group of young men without dates.
Just dudes as a group. Okay.
Yeah, and it's so stark sometimes, because that's just when you and I were coming up, it was all married couples. Do you remember that? Or it was singles, but they were like on dates. It was a total date activity.
Right.
And
now it's a pack of dudes.
Brandy kind of pointed out, like,
Brandy Posey, hilarious.
Brandy Posey, if I'm paraphrasing her properly, it's a lot of the podcast fans will come see stand up because they love the stand ups that they're listening to,
Yeah.
But it is just a different audience. The audience is changing. They're much more young and male, which is cool. I mean, sometimes they're a little new to comedy or new to female it's sometimes I feel like there's a like, my mom's on stage,
right. Very much so. I get
Yes.
a lot of that mom aunt business, but that's that's fine. It's it can be that there's always some new challenge with audiences and doing stand-up comedy where you're just like, you're navigating and you look over and you're like, oh, that dude is like 21 years old. And, sometimes I'll see, I see more gay couples than straight couples, unless they're older.
Well, do you mean like at your show specifically, like
Yeah.
with Jackie Cation headlining? I'm saying like in New York City, in spot shows where it's just spots,
Oh, it's
a lot of.
They all took the subway in from Jersey. Yeah.
No, not necessarily, but they're all like, they're fans of various male comics podcasts, it feels like, and some female comics, but it feels a very like a male sort of, okay, this guy's going to be at this club. I'm going to go and bring my two friends, and we all listen to this podcast. And Brandy was like, yeah, it's part of a community, that the thing that men are allowed to show emotion for is their love of a certain male comic or something, right? And so they'll come to the show.
I did when I did the stand when I was there last time, and this doof was on stage. A middle-aged black couple got up and walked
during his set or your set.
Yep, during his set.
Interesting.
They lasted like 3 or 4 minutes, and they looked at each other. I was sitting behind them because I had to follow them, and they looked at each other. They gathered their items and walked away.
Interesting.
I was like, wow, you paid like $35 to come. And he was the second comic.
Ooh. Yeah. I do wish that that there were legions of female comedy fans that would come out like that for just regular spots. Like, it doesn't feel the same. And I do understand, just women in general, we're all more hesitant to go out, just because of inherent danger of being a woman out. So we get
our
not
chops
as popular.
We get the chops get busted if it's like a hen party, right? They it's just some sort of bachelorette party, and there's there's a lot more mocking. But a pile of dudes, nobody mocks those guys as bad. They mock them a little bit, but it's not.
I've seen it. I've seen
them get their chops busted, but it isn't usually like it is. Yeah.
It could be less sexist and stuff. I'm all glad for all audiences. I wish more women were coming out to live shows, and I feel like they're not as in the same numbers as young single men are. You know what I mean?
Yep. But
And my son right now, we're filming this on Saturday, but this come out on Monday, obviously. My son is trapped in Europe right now.
Oh, he is?
He's on a school trip, which
Right.
I signed up for last year when my job prospects were better. But
Right.
he's on a trip in Europe, and they're supposed to come home on
That's neat.
Sunday, and
Oh.
the Munich airport is on strike. All of France is on fire.
Oh.
They saw some of the
Wait, on strike fire, not fire. I haven't looked at the news.
there's actual fires.
Oh,
Strikers
there's
are
fires setting
protesters
fires.
are setting fires, correct. So they missed the fire part of the current French Revolution by a couple days, right?
Yes.
So they did a couple days in Paris, and it was just starting because Macron had just overridden Parliament and raised the retirement age, and people are pissed, right? And I'm like to my son, this is great. This is how America should be about healthcare, about a million things, okay? And
that guy's yeah.
Then they went over to Switzerland. Switzerland has no problems. I don't know what they do, but they have no problems. And now they're in Germany. They're in Munich. They went to Dachau concentration camp, or Dachau. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. D-A-C-H-A-U.
Dachau. Yeah, Dachau.
Yeah.
Dachau, that's it.
Dachau, yeah. Dachau is what I call the the cow.
Dachau makes it sound like a college basketball team.
I-5. All right. So anyway, so they did that, and then and so now they can't leave because their flight was canceled. All flights were canceled on Sunday and Monday out of Munich, and Monday out of Frankfurt. So they're going to stay at this point. They're coming back on Tuesday, but that could change too. So right now my son is stuck in Munich, which I fucking love.
You should tell him that Milwaukee is a tiny Munich. That all of the major buildings in Milwaukee, like the government buildings, are to scale. They're like, it's like Disneyland. It's like 75% of the buildings in Munich because of the German settlers in the early 1900s in Milwaukee. There was a choice. It could have been a little Dublin or a little Munich, and all of the Irish. There was this is the short version of the story, is that there was a Civil War reunion of the prominent Irish citizens on the city council, and they were and so them and their wives got on a boat to go down to Chicago for a Civil War reunion, and the boat sank. So most of the Irish members of the Milwaukee City Council died in the early 1900s, and so it became heavily German, and so the Germans got to pick all the designs. And so, like the county courthouse looks like the some of the government buildings in Munich. It's weird.
In hindsight, one of the last wars that Germany won.
Yeah, they're going to win World War III though, so I believe in them.
That's true. I don't want to.
Yeah. They're on the side of right.
So that's happening. So that's exciting. And
that is exciting.
I'm getting few pictures and few texts. I don't know what he's doing. It's weird. I'm like, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what my son's doing right now. There's a mom's chat, and it's as active as any chat I've ever been in. Especially now.
Yeah.
There's lots of I feel like this is going to be a trip because there's other problems I won't even say. I'll tell you off that podcast.
Yeah.
That these kids will be talking about this for the rest of their lives. It's like an iconic trip because a lot of things are going wrong, and but interestingly,
Yeah. Well, I have 2 shows tonight, and then I have a Zoom show tomorrow. It'll be over on Monday, but I'm at the Crow, and I'm at a secret show in a backyard in Silver Lake, and then tomorrow I'm doing a Zoom show at 8:00 at Sunday night, and that should be fun.
Tonight I'm at the Magic Castle. It is sold out already. It's Tammy Joe's show, and Tiffany Haddish has jumped on.
Wait, are you here? Are you in LA?
No, this is coming out on Monday.
Castle? Oh,
yeah. I'm saying tonight as if.
Oh, as in Monday. Okay, yeah, I'm talking Saturday and Sunday. So Monday.
So tonight. Yeah, you're talking about shows they can't see. I'm talking about shows they can't see, Jackie.
I love it. Love it. You're going to the Magic Castle.
Magic Castle, and then I have to fill Tuesday and Wednesday. I have to just do as many spots as possible, and then until this fucking special. Uh, Thursday, I'm doing a show at the UCB, kind of late at night, around 10 o'clock. So, Bailey Norton show. So come to that. And then Friday and Saturday, if you're in San Diego, come see me work out my special, please. I'd love it. I will
Yeah.
post it on my Twitter. I'll put a link on every social media I have, and let you know, or you can email me too. How much time have we at,
We
Kyle?
got like 6 more minutes, followed by the ad.
The final
Oof.
ad. This is going to be a long one because there was a lot of riffing during those ads. They're not ads. They're pleas for, hey, join Max Fun.
No, they're suggestions to people to purchase.
Calls to action.
Right. Do you see the stack? I have WizKids, Wizards of the Coast, sends me so many hero clicks.
Dang.
And then they want me to do unboxings. And hero clicks are adorable. Hero clicks are, and they have all the different, like I
I'd shoot those with you. That'd
16
be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have easily 16 boxes of blind boxes of different, and I've opened them up, and they are not just Marvel or DC. They also have like Teen Titan Go, Green Lantern, and the other one was Scooby-Doo.
What?
I was like, why is there Scooby-Doo hero clicks? Anyway, so WizKids, if you like hero clicks is sort of like, as far as I'm concerned, it's like Idiot D&D, because all the stats, the characters are super cool, but all the stats are on the base. So you just spin the base. Laurie's completely gone away. It's just like, sure, talk about this for 6 minutes. It will fill the time. Okay, let's talk about stand-up. I have several plans. I'm shooting this thing with Kyle. I also have a bunch of stories that need to be written down, and then I have to find a place to try them out, is to do the altercation show about me getting pushed around and pushing people around, because I hate confrontation.
The Crow would be a good place, right?
Confrontation. Dynasty typewriter, probably.
Dynasty, yes.
Seems to be a place where people like it. The Yoo-Hoo, I could probably do it in the Yoo-Hoo. They wouldn't care. Yeah, and then
I think where's it easiest to get parking for people to park?
Yeah,
you know?
Right. Oh, by the way, yesterday, so I've been trying to get Chris to come out, my mom-in-law, to get out of the house every day, and because 10 minutes, vitamin D, let's get some sun. And so yesterday, she doesn't like the kitchen chair, so I was like, well, let's go to living space.
Old people are so particular. Oh my God, it cracks me
So
up.
we go to living spaces. We go to Bob's Furniture over by Acme Flappers, and we go to Ashley Furniture. I was so psyched to use the Ashley Furniture lot for Ashley Furniture. And
you should have parked in the Flappers headliner space.
And we go in. She sits in a lot of chairs. The original one, Living Spaces, there's a nice chair. It doesn't match the rest of the chairs, but who the fuck cares? Be comfortable when you sit and eat dinner. How about that? And so she sits in this chair. A chair is expensive. One dining room chair is $270. That's a lot of money for one fucking chair. But guess what? It's fancy chair day. Buy the chair. Instead, she comes home. She finds a chair it's just like it. I'm like, it's similar, but not at all. And you will not get to sit in it before Andy has to put it together, because I'm never putting it together. And she's like, it's $79. And I was like, Anyway, so you're going to buy some garbage for $79. And then we're going to go buy a $270 chair. Please don't buy this chair. And then I got kind of mad. Every time I get mad at her, I get sad. I get sad that I get mad at her, but we're all human, right? So occasionally we're going to be irritated. And so then
you're just talking, you're giving yourself a pep talk right now.
I am. I'm talking myself off this ledge, but here's the power play. She is 76 years old, and she couldn't make the Walmart checkout thing work with her card. So I said, let's wait till Andy's home, and then let him see it before. I wouldn't help her with the checkout. That was my power play.
You mean?
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm glad no one's made a TikTok series helping old people navigate the internet.
I say close enough for government work right there.
Yep.
So let's do that last ad, and then we can get out.
Right on.
Oh, right.
Is it 4 minutes as well?
No, it's yes. Sorry, I thought I popped it in there. It is a 1 minute thing.
Kind of opening pitch again.
Yeah, I gotta.
You want this one, Laurie?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, 90 seconds here.
Is this our last
Yes.
Max Fun? Okay.
Yes. This is the end of the game.
All right, guys. This is our final. This is the final Max Fun suggestion that you purchase a membership and be part of our cool club. Listen, you know, these podcasts take a lot out of us. You know, we know where this pitch is going.
And it isn't free. And this is the second week of this, so it'll be fun.
It is free, Jackie. We give it away. And what we're asking is that you guys pay a little bit. You get a little bit extra for what you pay. You get some cool shit if you pay a lot. But you know, everyone seems to think everything should be free now. And people like us, like we have bills too, you know?
See this microphone setup? Yeah, I got a new microphone set up because my old one stopped working.
Yes, Jackie did that because she cares about your audio. Now me, I don't give a shit.
You're shouting into the internet.
I can't travel those things. But here's my point: is you know, I say if you really enjoy something a lot and we are part of your Monday morning or your weekly tradition to listen to this podcast, just put us on some sort of autopilot, so that you pay for it a little bit or a lot, you know, that it would help us. You know, we're feeling the recession just like you guys are, and comics are feeling it a lot. So I'm telling you, dig deep into your black hearts and realize that something for free when you can pay a little bit for it. You know, don't be like that.
Don't be Cruella DeVille. You don't be a
be a
Cruella
maximum
DeVille.
fun person.
Yes.
And you can join our podcast at maximumfun.org/join. Thank you.